Good, good afternoon, grade 4 learners, and welcome for our agriculture online recorded lesson. Today, we are looking at harvesting fruits. Harvesting fruits. And we'll be looking at guavas and tomatoes. Before we look at that, let us remind ourselves on what we learned during our previous lesson. Our previous lesson, we were looking at protecting fruit trees. And we learned several ways of protecting our fruits from damage. One, we learned about weeding. And weeding is the removal of weeds from the farm. The removal of weeds from the farm. And we learned several ways of removing weeds from the farm. The first way we looked at is by uprooting. You can uproot weeds using your hands, although that method is very tiresome. The best method of removing weeds from the farm is by digging them out. And you can use a hoe or a djembe to dig out the weeds. And in large farms, you can use chemicals. So above all the methods we use, I can say digging them out is the best method of removing weeds from the farm. Sometimes you can do mulching. Mulching is covering the soil with, in most cases we use dry grass. While you cover the soil, the weeds will die. Those are the methods we learned during our previous lesson. Today's lesson, as I had said, we are looking at harvesting fruits. So when harvesting fruits, one, let's start with guavas. I said we are mainly looking at guavas and tomatoes. Guavas. Guavas are ready when they start looking brighter green or almost yellow. They are ready when they start looking brighter green or almost yellow. They become soft when pressed between your fingers. So one point I want you to note, only harvest ripe guavas by picking carefully. Do not throw stones or hit the fruits with sticks. If you do that, you will damage unripe fruits. Now, after picking the guavas, wash them carefully with clean water. Then eat the ripe guavas to get nutrients. On the side of tomatoes, three tomato fruits are ready for harvesting when fruits feel soft when pressed. They also change color from dark green to dark red. One thing I want you to know that only harvest ripe fruits. Only harvest ripe fruits. After harvesting ripe fruits, you can wash with clean water and eat to get nutrients. I know most cases we use tomatoes when cooking vegetables. Please use only ripe tomatoes. Thank you very much. Our next lesson, we will be looking at domestic animals and their uses. Thank you. Have a good afternoon.